Hi, Sagittarius. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. This is your reading for the week of October 9th through the 16th. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer private readings. I also offer IET, which is a healing modality which can help you to change energy, manifest your desires, etc., etc. You know, it's like you ask the angels, you give it to them, and they take care of it. You know, it's so funny because I think that so many of us are programmed to like, well, I have to be in charge of everything, you know. Like I don't really think we're in charge really of much, and except for like what we eat. And you know, I think the energy of like the IET is sort of like you go to the restaurant, you order what you want to order, and you expect that it'll get there. It's not like, you know, oh well, I'm going to go stand in the kitchen and make sure that they only flip the burger once. No, it's like I ordered the hamburger, I ordered it medium or medium rare or whatever, and like I expect it to come like that, you know. And you know, maybe it'll come out of, you know, a little this and that. Maybe I'll send it back, maybe I won't, but it'll come. It's not, you know, that's what the IT is like. It's like, well, I want to manifest, and then you just got to let go. You just got to let go. And you know, the other thing I wanted to say is start it. Like that's the, you know, like I got this little, yeah, it's like, yeah, the time is now. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, your instinct says, you know, I should start a garden, or I should look for a new job, or um, you know, I think I'm gonna, but I feel like it's a creative, like um, there's this energy that I'm feeling. Maybe it's me, but you know, you're my 11th sign already. So like, there's like all the readings have been really good, and there's this energy of like, well, oh, you know, I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm 75 years old, and I always really wanted to learn how to like play an instrument, and I went and bought a harmonica, and then I found somebody on Facebook who can meet me in the park, and I'm gonna go and learn how to play the harmonica. Like it's like that. It's like, don't say no to yourself. Don't say no. Like whatever it is. I mean, that was just an example. So that's like what I feel like. Yeah. Like, yeah. Okay. One, two, three. Yeah. Starting something new, planting a garden, expecting it to grow. Seven, confidence. Stopping, you know, get out of your own way with, oh, I can't do it. And this is self-imposed mental bondage. It's like, set that on fire. Okay. And listen to yourself, and listen to yourself with compassion. You know, that's what he does. This is the king of cups is the great listener in the whole deck. He listens. He listens. That's why he has such compassion, because he really listens. He really listens. And he doesn't uh, put his arm around you and say, oh, he just listens. He allows you to come to your own conclusion. And it's like a shrink, a good shrink. Yeah, manifest it. I have nothing more to say on that part. I mean, I have plenty to say on that part, but you have all the tools you need. Your soul is eternal. Boom, boom, boom. It's leadership. It's the beginning. It's like a lightning bolt, and it's a diagonal. So it almost like it supersedes the vertical and the horizontal. It's a shortcut. And the vertical is the spiritual. The horizontal is the material plane. It's like it supersedes it. It's like you have everything you need. You have all the tools you need. You know, get out of your own way, plant new seeds, and you know, because you're listening to your soul, right, and your heart, and you're expanding. And it's like, oh well, you know, this is good enough for me. Like, oh, like that's good enough for me. You know, like yeah, I have like a little plant, and you know, it only grows so far. It's like, but if you put it in a bigger pot, it could become a tree. La, la, la. I'm in a good mood, obviously. Yeah, because your lesson's been learned. Because the angels are with you, because you're getting guidance. And here is the vertical and horizontal that I was talking about earlier. This is resurrection. This is resurrection. Doesn't mean you have to die. Sometimes a piece of us dies, and sometimes it's good, right? Well, this piece of me that said, I can't do it. This piece of me that said, I'm too old. This piece of me that said, oh, oh, like women don't do that, or men don't do that, or people that age don't do that, or blah, blah, blah. It's like that place is dead, and I'm hearing the call and I'm going with it because this is Gabriel giving you messages. So there's two cards of intuition here, by the way. A proposito. And it's about, this is community, this is balance, this is giving, receiving, both, right? Being in the flow of it, um, persevering, persevering. So maybe this thing that you want to do, maybe it's a way to make some extra money, right? And it's interesting to you. It's interesting to you. That's the thing about it. It's not like, well, I'm going to start a little Amazon store and sell some crap I don't really care about, make some money. It's more like, I really love makeup, and like, I'm going to do some Mary Kay and make an extra $100 a week or a month, and I'm going to go around and talk to people, or, I know that's a weird example, but it's like, but I'm into it, like I'm really into it. It's something that you really want to do. It's something you really want to do, that your instinct is saying, this it's almost like there's an energy of like, you know how like, mommy said, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. And like maybe society says, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's sort of like, it's almost like forbidden fruit. It's like, well, I'm going to do it. I really want to do it. It's like that. It's like being a bad kid, right? And I mean, in a good way. I'm not saying really be a bad kid. I'm not saying vandalize something. I'm saying, sneak into the movie, like that. Building an oasis in the desert. And, the thing about all the pages is that they have a certain enthusiasm. They have a certain like youth enthusiasm. Like they know it's going to work. Just like they will it. They don't have the experience of like, it didn't work, oh well, oh, they don't have that. They're that's not even in their consciousness because they're pages. That's why he's able to build an oasis in the desert. We don't know how it grows, but it does. Maybe there's an aquifer underneath we weren't aware of, like that. Victory is yours, darling. So that is quite the card. Really is quite the card. It's a six. I call it the Hollywood card. So it's a six. It's also perseverance. So I have two cards of perseverance. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, I have one more. Yeah, none of the other numbers match. So I have two. So it's perseverance. So it's an interesting card. It's the card of victory, period. And he's the general, and he went to the town next door, and he conquered them, and he took all their gold, like all the good stuff, and he was so good at leadership, and he was so good at showing up and persevering and getting what it was that they wanted from town next door, Gold Town, that he's elevated. He's put on the horse to lead. He's elevated, he's supported and admired and beloved. So this is just coming to me. Isn't it weird? Like I went to yeshiva, right, which is like Jewish parochial school, basically. And it was weird because my parents weren't really religious, but I went to a religious school. It's a little weird. I mean, talk about mixed messages. But I remember a lot of the stuff. And I remember, of course, all the occult stuff. So when you're doing the tree of life, David means, David is like wow, like mom. It's one of those words in Hebrew that can go either way. It's Dalid, Bob, Dalid. And so there's something really special about that. And means beloved. That's what it means. It means beloved. And in the Magen David, the Star of David, right, which is on the flag of Israel, is a profound symbol. It's really profound. It's really about this energy. So the bottom part is the fire energy, right? The energy of I want, I desire, I penetrate. It's fire. It goes up masculine, and then the energy of the upside down triangle is the energy of water, is the energy of the feminine, of receiving, right? Because water goes down, fire goes up, water goes down. And fire is passion, right? And water is intuition. So it's this combo, the two. It's the combo of the masculine and feminine. It's the combination of desiring and receiving, of reaching up toward God and God coming down and blessing. And that is the energy of David, right? And I think that's really the energy of this card. That's what I'm beginning to really understand. It's like, because not only is he supported by his fellows, but in this card, I always feel like you're supported by spirit. You're supported by your guides. You're supported by your ancestors. You're supported by your deceased loved ones. You're supported. You're loved and supported and uplifted. And it's about being seen. It's about being seen. It's a Hollywood card. It's about admiration, victory, and being beloved, being put in a position of power. And David is really truly beloved, because it's interesting. There's all these promises that were made to David, and he gets them even if he does like really messed up stuff. And David does some really messed up stuff. He really does. He does some really good stuff, but he does some really messed up stuff. Like the whole story of Bathsheba is really dark, honestly. And then Solomon, who has all that wisdom, like it's, God is much more like, at least the Bible. Well, if you do this, you get this, but if you don't do this, you do that. So, you really got to he's corralled. But David isn't. It's fascinating. Anyway, I'm going off on these tangents lately. It's Mexico. It's being so attached to the earth here, and I don't know. All right, having confidence in your dreams and planting seeds toward it. Finally breaking the mental bondage of I can't do it. Listening to yourself, having learned and incorporated the lesson, being reborn, being expansive, standing in love, the ability to manifest whatever it is you desire, in a balanced way, in a giving way, in a receiving way, interesting, being beloved, and building something new where it seems impossible to build something. It's like there's that energy of, and building an oasis in the desert, the way I always put it, it's like, well, it's sort of like, it's a weird example, but it's like I'm going to go to a really bad neighborhood where there's really, really cheap rent, and I'm going to make this like kind of glamorous store, and it's so unusual. It's like it works. It's like that, yeah. But it's also a place in our minds, that says, well, I've always really been interested in music, but I've never, everyone said I couldn't do it. And there's no musical people in my family, and la la la. And if I surround myself and continue to surround myself with the naysayers, then I'm never going to get on it. And it's like I really want to play music, and it's I'm just going to go buy a harmonica, or a flute, something that I'm not saying buy what's those big things on the wheel. Cello? Is that a cello? Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe you want to get to playing the cello or the drums or the piano or whatever, but it's like I'm just going to start with this, and I'm super excited, and I don't really care if I'm the oldest one in the class. I don't really care. You know, I don't really care. See, it's like, I'm here to have fun. That's the end of it. All right. Write the reading. Blessings.